Welcome to my session. My name's Neil. I'm from Magic Whiteboard. Some of you may recognise me from Dragon's Den, which is a TV show in the UK. We were successful on there 7 years ago with our Magic Whiteboard here, which is a portable whiteboard on a roll that clings to any hard, flat surface. So you can see that. And then you write on it with any dry markers. Wipe it clean. And paper also sticks to it as well. And these are our new sort of whiteboard clicky pens that there's no top to lose, so they don't dry out. So we're constantly evolving the range from where we started. So I started out, it's actually 9 years ago now, and I started out and we were selling about £45,000 worth a year. So we were a startup. And now we're exporting to over 20 countries, you know, all over the world. And today, that's what I'm going to share, some of my experiences, some of the things to do, some of the things to not do, because you can actually waste a lot of time and money if you don't do it properly. But I've actually used UKTI a lot, and they've helped me find distribution partners, you know, in overseas countries, and you can save a lot of time by using them. We basically got funding from Dragon's Den. Obviously, you could go to the bank, raise the money yourself. You can obviously raise money from crowdfunding now. That's very current. But we got £100,000 investment, and I gave away 40% of the equity in my business to Theo Pafitis, who owns Ryman Stationery, and to Deborah Meaden. I've since bought them out in 2014, so I had to pay £800,000 for the privilege of buying my own shares back there, but now we own 100% of the business. So that's one thing to sort of think about as well, that you need to build up enough cash in your business to eventually buy out your investors. All right. So these are all the countries we currently export to. We started with the English-speaking markets for obvious reasons, because all the marketing is the same. You can obviously communicate easier. But recently, over the last 2 years, we've really focused on translating our web pages professionally into French, Spanish, and German. And we're now getting, you know, say like £1,000 of online orders from France every day. So it is worthwhile, but it does take time to build up. And last year we were invited to sort of Downing Street to meet the Prime Minister for the Exporting is Great sort of campaign. So that's obviously good PR as well, you know. And we always try to do at Magic Whiteboard low-cost marketing techniques. So we utilise PR and Twitter a lot, you know, because it doesn't actually cost us much money, because we haven't got the budgets of some of the businesses, you know, here. So over the years, we obviously started with a whiteboard on a roll, which is still our best-selling product, but we've expanded the range now, and you can come and see everything what we do on G377. But we do a blackboard, a magic blackout blind. So we sell that to the nursery market. So it's the same product, but we market it differently. So when we export to France, we've had to think very carefully about how we optimize all the French words in Google to obviously come out high on Google France. And you have to think about that quite carefully. But over the last 2 years, we've started doing these reusable notebooks, and you can see we've left some free samples for you here. It's basically a whiteboard book. We're selling like hundreds of thousands of these now into UK schools. They're getting really popular, and it's like a show me book, but you can keep your work and use it like the next day, so you don't have to collect the boards in and wipe them clean. So they're proving really popular, and they're not very expensive either. So again, just like our whiteboards, you write on with any dry marker, wipe it clean, and it works. We've got these double-sided reusable cling notes as well. There we go. And like any successful business, you can't stand still. You've got to constantly innovate and grow. So this is our first sort of digital product. So what this is, it's called I Find You. So what you do is you download the free app there. You can see we're at Excel. You then sync this I Find You locator by pressing that button. It then syncs to the phone. You would then attach that tag to whatever you want to track. You know, so it could be keys, it could be laptops, wallets, children who wander off, for example. And basically, when that goes out of range, 20 to 30 meters, it will send this alarm to the phone. So it'll make that alarm, so it alerts you that something's gone missing. And then if you look on the map, it gives you the last known location of that item, so that's where you need to start looking for it. You know, so that's one of our new sort of innovative products that we'll be, you know, targeting schools with. We've had a lot of feedback from the show, and there's a lot of sort of autistic children that sometimes run off, you know, so that's sort of the market for that. Right, so these are some of our overseas web pages that we've translated. So we've got Tableau Blanc Magique in France, Pizarra Blanca Mágica in Spain, and whatever Magic Whiteboard is in Germany, I can't pronounce it. But it's really important that you spend time doing this because, you know, you do need a very strong online presence in these overseas markets. And we've deliberately picked France, Spain, and Germany due to the market size, and they're very close to the UK as well. We're also going to Japan this year as well. And this is a little tip. If you do go over there, because it is a very different culture over there. It's fascinating, actually. We had a fantastic time. Make sure you translate your business cards and documents into Japanese, because it makes it so much easier. And people are really impressed by it because you've like made the effort. And it's only a little gesture. And most people then do start talking English back to you. But it really does make a really good first impression. These little things do matter. So to find the right buyers in overseas markets, going on Dragon's Den was fantastic for us, but not everyone can go on Dragon's Den. Dragon's Den got shown in, say, 50 countries all over the world, so that created demand, so people got in touch with us. If you can't do that, then you obviously need to use services like UKTI to help introduce you to distribution partners. Also, your local Chamber of Commerce, they're particularly helpful. And they've got subsidised programs that you can sign up to help get you started. this service at the bottom is called Overseas Market Intelligence Service, provided by UKTI. And if you pay them about between £1,000 and £1,100, they will contact relevant buyers in those overseas markets. So they do the hard work for you. They also arrange appointments, and then you basically just turn up. So you fly out to Finland and meet the buyers. But it's like anything in any new market, it is still extremely difficult to get started because, you know, but it, you know, it does work if you persist with it, but it will take 2 to 3 years. You know, that's the sort of time frame. It doesn't happen instantly overnight. Okay, so you could do various things. Obviously, we've been at the show this week. We've had 10 appointments over there. I'd say 3 to 4 of them are very positive. You know, so, you know, some are very good and then some are not so good, you know, if I'm honest. You know, so use the free publicity from UKTI, you know, sign up to their events.